Hey guys, I just tried to make this and it failed because my computer overheated. So I'm gonna try this again. Second time lucky at home. Okay, as you can tell by the title, I'm doing a movie review on the incredible Burt Wonderstone. So obviously there's gonna be spoilers and hopefully my computer doesn't overheat again. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then please go watch another video on YouTube or go watch a movie or do something that's much more entertaining than getting spoiled by an 18-year-old person. Obviously if you're still here, thank you, because that means you want to be spoiled and you have seen this movie and you can see where I'm coming from. Okay, I'm going to read the plot synopsis, do my review, then the cast list, and hopefully I can do this, remember it properly, because I have been home since like 1 PM and it's almost 4 PM and my internet cut out for a couple of hours, and so hopefully I remember it because I didn't have internet to look at the cast list and do a proper review. So hopefully this works out. Okay, so it's so goddamn hot, and so I can't wait for this storm coming. Sorry. Okay, so plot synopsis. Okay, superstar musicians Burt Wonderstone, played by Steve Carell, and Anton Marvelton, played by Steve Buscemi, have ruled the Las Vegas Strip for years, raking in millions with illusions as big as Burt's growing ego. But lately the duo's greatest deception is their public friendship, while secretly they've grown to loathe each other, facing cutthroat competition from guerrilla street magician Steve Gray, played by Jim Carrey, whose cult following surges with each outrageous stunt. Even their show is starting to look stale. But there's still a chance Burt and Anton to save the act, both on stage and off stage. If only Burt can get back in touch with what made him love magic in the first place. So that kind of sums it up in a nutshell. Now, if you've seen the trailers, I will admit I've only seen 2 trailers to this movie, and they haven't ruined it for me. Normally when you see a trailer you go, oh great, here it goes, another crappy, wasteless, boring movie. I've only seen 2 trailers, and I was just like, I'm still seeing that movie, and the trailers actually didn't ruin anything for me because it's just like, awesome! Okay, so it's about Burt Wonderstone's, the first scene is where he's like running as like based in 1983, is that correct? So I'm trying to remember, it's been a while. So it's his birthday and he's getting bullied on his birthday, and then he goes home and there's this note on top of a present saying, happy birthday mate, I had to work a double shift, sorry, but there's a cake for you, catch is you have to make it. And then it lists what all he has to do for it. You know, get the 2 eggs, get that milk. Oh, you have to buy eggs so you can make the cake. You have to do this, you have to do that. And then it says, I hope your birthday, got your present, love, Mom. And it's like, nah. Because it's really sad that he doesn't have a mommy in the picture. We didn't even see it throughout the rest of the film. Sorry, sweat in my eye. And so he baked this cake that's like for 6 people. And it's like, you're a fatty, eating the cake for 6 people by yourself. But no, he's not. He's got it on a separate plate. So it's like, he's such a sweetie. Not what I would do, but okay. And so he's opened up his present, and it's from Rance Halloway. Well, it's not technically from Rance Halloway, but it's a magic kit. It's a Rance Halloway magic kit, and which is his idol. And he's like so excited. He's having the biggest fangirl ever. He's like, oh my god, thank you, Mom. Oh my god, Rance Halloway. Oh, I love him. Biggest fangirl moment ever. And she's like, really? You're 7 years old and you're having a fangirl moment? I guess it's not too bad. And so he opens up and watches the instructional DVD that came with it. And he says, so he follows the instructions, and then 10 years later, it goes, oh no, a scene later, sorry, he meets Anton, who is like a kid that has like several different things wrong with him. Allergies, testosterone, lack of testosterone, and something else. And he's got all these tablets to have for lunch, and they're like meeting. And then Burt shows him this handkerchief trick. You know, you hide it, and then you pull it out of a fake thumb. Sorry, I ruined a magician's trick. We all know that one, don't we? And Anton and Burt become best friends and make up this magic book that they think is really awesome. So 10 years later, they're doing tricks together in Las Vegas, which is cool because Doug Manning has hired them. and they've got, and he's like, okay, so you guys can work here, this is your job. And then 10 years later goes by again, and it's a lot of years, and they're doing the same act still. And so sorry, I'm trying to remember it. And so as like they try to change it up, but they can't really change it because it's what they know. And Doug is like, you know, this new guy's come onto the scene and I want to hire him, but if you guys can you know, get better, I can keep you, so keep your act straight. And so Anton's like, how about we do it this way? And so Anton comes up with this idea of something called the hot box, which you stay in a plastic box. It does have holes in it, like a box that you put an animal in, but bigger for humans, and it's made of plastic, so it's sometimes more hotter. And sorry, it's like hot in my room. And so they're trying to prove that they're different, and the only fan they've got is Judas, which is Doug's son. So yeah. Ow. So after like 20 minutes, Bert's gonna insane. He's like, get me out of here! Get me out! I wanna get out near water! I'm gonna die! Get me out! It's like after 20 minutes, and Anton's sitting there going, just breathe, Bert. Just keep calm. It's like, you can't tell me to keep calm. I'm dying. I'm dying. And he has like this mental spasm. Sorry if I freaked you out. And then he ends up smashing open one of the things by accident, one of the walls. And Anton and Bert both fall up, but Anton's like face planted, looking like that on the box. And Bert pulled down Anton's pants, is hanging onto Anton's legs. And he tries to, Bert climbs back into it, but Anton falls and crushes his ribs and breaks his ankles, only because Bert fell on top of him as well. So not only from falling from like yay high, Bert fell on him as well. And then they have an argument in public. So like the media's there, the fans are there, random people on the street are there, and it's just like, whoa, okay, there goes that friendship. And so Bert goes back to his act and is like, welcome to the wonderful friendship of myself and myself. Ever since I was a little boy, I dreamed of being a magician with myself and myself, and watch this magic trick. And he ever fails. He ends up getting fired, and he goes to his assistant's house and tries to seduce her, and she's like, no mate, I don't love you, get out. And so he finds an apartment, and he's like trying to find a job, which he does. Becomes working as an entertainer in an old home, in like a retirement home, for people who used to work in Las Vegas, who were like celebrity lookalikes, celebrity impersonators, singers, prostitutes, cabaret dancers, magicians and all that. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember because I said like a list of things. And so Bert's trying to do this trick with this old guy, and this other guy is like, you suck, stop revealing too much, just go away, you go learn it again, whatnot, whatever. And Bert's like, who the hell are you? Why are you criticizing me? You're in here and I'm like still working. What do you think? And so it turns out the guy that's been criticizing Bert was actually Bert's idol, Rance Holloway, who's played by Alan Arkin, who I'll discuss more later. And so Bert's like, oh my god, you're the reason I wanted to become a magician. But why are you criticizing me? And so Rance Holloway helps Bert become his inner magician again, and so Bert gets hired to do Doug's son's 10th birthday for Judah, and it's a competition between Steve Gray, which is the new guy who likes to cut his face open and cut his ear and hold his pee and for 12 days apparently, and he likes to cut his face open and get stuff out of his face, which turns out to be part of the prop. And it's just like, that's crazy, dude. Seriously? You ain't a real magician if you're drilling the side of your head and like, I just drilled my head. Yeah, I just drilled my head. Yeah, Steve Gray's weird. And so Steve Gray is like really kooky. So they both got invited to Judah's birthday, and Bert's trying to do the magic show while Steve's like, I can do a better trick. I can put a puppy down someone's pants without anyone even realizing it. And it's really awkward because Bert's trying to get it out and it's just like, It's like, what the hell? And then And then the way Burt cries is like, you made me cry, you made me cry. Like, no tears come out, but that awkward sound, it's just like funny. And so Burt and Anton become friends again, which is really sweet. And Bert's like going, I wanted to cry, but this is what's happening. I think the awkwardest cry, and Anton's just like, I love you, man. He's like, no, friends again. And so they both end up beating Steve Gray. But don't worry about that. So they become, and then Doug's like, hey, I'm opening this hotel, and the person with the best magic act gets to be, you know, the opening, like the headlining act, like the next 5 years for a contract. So Wonderstone and Marvelton, so Burt and Anton, are versing like 3 other magicians. And so Steve Gray, he's a crazy magician that likes to cut himself over to get his pops up. And well, from what I understand in the movie, it's real cuts, which actually is special effects, but he like cuts his knife and gets his thing, and it's actually not all fake because he's doing a TV show that's called Brain Rapist. And it's just like, really? What the hell? Why? Okay. And so Burt and Anton's trick is that we make a disappearing audience, and they have to get this illegal drug, which is not supposed to be illegal. Well, it is illegal, but so they kind of get it up through the air vents, and then change all the people outdoors and indoors, and it's like the coolest trick ever. But they end up batting them up around a bit, so it's really awkward. Rance Holloway kind of scares me because he's supposed to have a death scene, but he doesn't exactly die, which is like, what the hell? Like in his dying scene, because Jane's there. Jane is Burt and Anton's assistant, and Burt tries to hit on her, and then they actually fall in love, and it's just like, okay. So Burt and Jane are visiting Rance Holloway because he had like a heart attack or seizure or something serious but minor at the same time. So it didn't exactly kill him. So he's in the hospital, and he's like, it's my time to go, I have to go now. And then he throws his like smoke fog down, and he hides under the bed, and Burt and Jane are talking, and like, we know he's under the bed, but we better keep going anyway. So yeah, it's a really good movie, I will admit that, and I recommend that you all go see it, so trust me. I'll do the cast list before I forget. I was just on it. Okay. So, as I've been talking about, Burt Wonderstone is played by Steve Carell. We all know who he is. He's pretty funny, I like him. I've seen him in a few different things, and I will admit, he's one of the funniest guys I like. Anton Marvelton is played by Steve Buscemi. Now, if you have heard of Steve Buscemi, that would be probably because he mainly stars in Adam Sandler movies. That's the only thing I know of him in. Other than that, sorry mate, I don't know much about you. Jane is the assistant to Anton and Burt, and she is played by Olivia Wilde. Steve Gray is the crazy, not so magic magician, he just more does stunts that likes to be illusional, sort of. He's played by Jim Carrey. Doug Manning is a hotel guy who hires Burt and Anton. He's played by James Gandolfin. Sorry. Rance Holloway is the magician that is awesome. The old magician that inspired Burt Wonderstone is played by Alan Arkin. Rick the Implausible, he's kind of just in like 1 or 2 scenes. He kind of sits at the bar and has his hand all done up and all that sort of thing. He's played by Jay Moore. Louis Belvedere, he's also another guy that's only in 1 or 2 scenes, but he's also another magician. He's played by Michael Herbie. Young Burt, is like the 7-year-old kid. He's played by Manson Cook. Young Anton is played by Luke Vanique. Young Anton is, like I said, the 7-year-old version. And then there's other people who I don't really know who they are. Mainly because they were just like person 1, person 2, reporter, cameraman, and Judah is Doug's son. He's played by Joshua Ehrenberg. So the cast list is amazing. I will admit that. I think they did a great cast list. Perfect job. I can't wait till this comes out on DVD because I'm going to be buying it. I'll be like, give me 1,001 copies because I love this movie. So I recommend you all go see the movie. It's worth it. Worth the hype. So if you have watched my video and, running out of air. If you watch my video and you've gone, why did we watch it? Because we want to see it? I think you should go see it because it's well worth the hype. Even if I have spoiled it and you have seen it in my video by accident, you know, you're gonna love it no matter what. I know I did, and it's just the best movie. If it's the only movie you see this year, make sure it's this one because it's just worth laughing at, and especially with three main funny guys as the lead roles. I'm just like, that's worth it. Funny guys are the best. Great casting, great job, amazing everything. So I hope you enjoyed this movie review. I'm sorry that I stuffed up a bit going and I'm sweating because it is so hot in my room and it's like almost 4:30 and I'm like, dying. So enjoy the rest of my channel. Follow me on Twitter and Tumblr, and I will check out your videos, maybe, I don't know. See you in another video, and I will post the next movie review on Twitter saying what movie I'll see and when I'll upload that, whenever that is. Sorry it's taken 16 minutes to do this video, I'm really, really sorry. Forgive me, please. Okay, bye. Bye.